Amigos, hello, it's Parrish here with Caban Condos, Mexico. Welcome to another episode of Caban Talks. Sorry, we've been kind of MIA. We haven't made any content lately, any videos or podcasts or anything. We've been fairly busy, but we're hoping to get back into the action and produce some more content for you guys. I really want to get into the podcasts and talking about a few different things and life in Mexico, etc., and our property, and get you guys some listening content. So today I want to talk about, this is going to be also a video and a podcast we're doing. We'll upload it to our SoundCloud, so you can listen there as well in a few days. I'll put the link in the description for that. And we want to talk about some of the differences between living in Yucatan state versus Quintana Roo, so Riviera Maya, let's say. So, we've been fortunate, or I've been fortunate to live in both areas, experience both regions in Yucatan Peninsula here. For those that don't know, I've about 4 years ago, I've moved with 2 suitcases literally from Saskatchewan, Canada, where I lived all my life, never lived anywhere else, to a small village in Quintana Roo, south of Tulum, called Mahawel. That's where one of our projects, oceanfront condo projects, were done. So I moved literally there with 2 suitcases, sold it all, and made the move, which was quite interesting and quite an experience, to say the least. But it was a great experience, and very fortunate to be part of that. So what we want to talk about, this is it's going to give you an idea. Hopefully it's an honest comparison, and hopefully it'll give you some information and might help you in your decision where you want to retire, where you want to move, or buy a property, or whatever, rent a property, or where you want to live, or call home or retire in Mexico. So it might just help give you some insight on the 2 different areas, and so we hope it helps. So let's talk a little bit about cost. Separates or makes Merida different than the other areas, Riviera Maya, Puerto Vallarta, Cabo, etc. Merida is not full of tourists. We're not the tourist region, although gaining popularity, a lot of popularity recently. We don't have the big resorts here that drive the tourism. We have 2 small-scale resorts on the coast here, and nothing like a big 5-star resort. Okay, so we just don't have all the stuff that comes with the resorts. There's a lot of negative stuff that does come with the resorts. No one does tourism better than Mexico. Riviera Maya attracts gigantic numbers from all over the world every year. And but people are starting to look for different areas. People are wanting to experience different things, local culture, history and culture. They want to experience new areas all the time, and that's kind of what's happening now with the Merida area. A lot of people are starting to migrate from Riviera Maya, coming to see a new area, an undiscovered paradise, so to speak. So let's talk a little bit about some cost comparisons first. Like I say, I was fortunate to live in both areas, experience both. I've traveled constantly back and forth for business from Cancun, from Playa to Merida. I've traveled that toll highway numerous times. I've lived in both areas. I've spent a lot of time in both areas, and can say that your cost of living, rental costs, property costs, much lower in Merida area, Yucatan state. Your dollar goes much further here, and anything as little as going out for a beer, groceries, restaurants, etc., costs are much lower. Power, CFE power, okay, an example. The rates are much lower here in this area, in Yucatan state. In touristy areas, they're much higher, so your power bills are a lot lower. Taxes also are a lot lower here. So you look at the big picture and what you're paying. For example, let's say just because I know personally from experience in the past, you know, one bedroom apartment, let's say for example, a one bedroom condo in Playa del Carmen would cost you 20,000 to 25,000 pesos per month, where in Merida you can get that same apartment, probably bigger in size as well, for half that, for about 12,000, 15,000 pesos per month. So just an example there. Services, Merida, amazing for Uber Eats, Rappi, so you can get anything and everything delivered, picked up for you. You can get your pharmacy items delivered for you. You can get money delivered. You can get alcohol delivered. If you want to, you know, it's a Sunday and you want a 6-pack of beer or something and a bag of chips, you go on your Rappi app and you can have that delivered for about 30 pesos, 40 pesos, which is like $2, $2.50. Uber Eats is very popular here. You can get any restaurant item delivered in the area. Also Uber is here. We have Uber operating. We also have Didi, which is another car service, a pickup service available. And there are a couple other ones that I just can't recall the names of right now. So life here in Merida is just more normal. There's more services for living, for overall quality life. You can't compare the two areas. Not that I'm trying to say anything, not saying anything bad about Riviera Maya or Quintana Roo. It's just for life, for living, from what we've experienced, what I've experienced, life just operates, functions more normally like what you're used to in you know, let's say back home, for example. Things happen faster here, things happen more normal. There's VIP movie theaters here, like 3 or 4. There's huge shopping malls here, brand new shopping malls that are pet friendly. There's hospitals. Merida's the hub. Healthcare, dental, all the big hospitals are here in Merida. So it just gives you an example. The services here are amazing, and it's not just a sales pitch trying to promote the area, but they truly are amazing here. It was kind of a trend that people discovered. Cancun became discovered, Playa del Carmen became discovered, Tulum, etc., Acamal, and people just kind of followed the leader and just went to those areas. You know, people started buying property, investment came, tourism came, and it took off. The area took off. It's kind of now, it's not what it used to be. The rental market is stale. Rental market has gone down. Properties aren't selling there nearly what they used to. There's just a lot of saturated inventory in the area. So people are looking now at a different area, and they're discovering Merida because it has so many positive factors attracting people to this area. It's constantly in news articles, blog posts. You'll see Merida on social media in a positive way every single time. There's so much promotion on this area. The safest area in Mexico. It was just awarded the best small city by Condé Nast Traveler, best small city in the world. So it's getting a lot of recognition right now, worldwide, and not just in Mexico, but worldwide. So the trend is a lot of people now are looking at different areas where they want to vacation or buy a retirement property or live, or you know, whatever. They're looking at this area, and so we're seeing a lot of trend. The majority of our buyers, our owners of our oceanfront condos here have been and done Riviera Maya, Puerto Vallarta, Cabo, etc., all the popular areas, touristy areas. They discover Merida because of us. They've never been here. They've really rarely never heard of it. They come here and they fall in love, and it's an easy sell. People are buying our beach condos because they fall in love with this area. It's very different than your traditional Cancuns, Playa del Carmen's, Tulum, etc. And your dollar goes much further here. Real estate is lower, the price of real estate. What you get, your size of your property, you're not just getting a tiny box, okay? You're getting a bigger property, more bang for your dollar here in this area. So you have to, you know, ask yourself a question. Where do you want to live in Mexico? Where do you want to retire? That's a big question to ask. Do you want to be in a tourist area of Mexico? An area that's high cost, full of tourists, busy, crowded? Or do you want to experience more authentic, real Mexico? Immerse yourself in some local history and culture, arts, architecture, etc. So that's a big question you got to ask yourself. And if that's a yes to those to those last questions, then it's going to be the area is going to be Merida for you. And hopefully this video or other videos will help you in that decision and make you realize that there are different areas in Mexico that from your traditional areas. You have to determine, I guess, what fits your needs, what fits your desires and your dreams, and this area is not for everybody, obviously, and that's what's beautiful about Mexico is there's so many different areas in Mexico that offer different things in each area, and that's the beauty about it. And it's no surprise that the majority of our owners, our buyers, have been and done Riviera Maya for years, Puerto Vallarta, etc. They discover our area, come for one trip, and they immediately fall in love just because it's so different. It's what they've wanted, but they didn't know about the area. It's perfect to them because it's Mexican history and culture, the charm, the beauty, without all the tourists, without all the high prices. So it's just a very different area. And a lot of people fall in love after their first visit here. So we hope this video and podcast gave you kind of some insight on the area and help research, etc. If you haven't been here yet, you got to check it out. Like I say, we've lived in different areas here in Yucatan Peninsula and thoroughly overall enjoy this area. There's so much to do and see, so much going on. Mayan ruins, cenotes. We have beautiful new malls, plazas. We have a skating rink at our one mall. We have a hockey team. We have figure skating. Merida is really two cities in one. And I've said this before, with the old downtown Centro, which is the colonial downtown, the old history, culture, arts, architecture, and then you have the newer modern north end where all the new shopping malls are, a lot of the new residential areas. There's so many new residential areas popping up here everywhere. So that's really two cities in one. So whether you like the old history and culture or you prefer new and modern stuff, you can have the best of both worlds here. And there's a lot of attraction all over the world right now to Merida, especially also even in Mexico. A lot of North Mexico people are looking for a better quality of life, so they're moving to Merida. We just started selling our beach condos to families from Mexico City, Monterrey, who are buying a property in Merida, and they're also buying a property at the beach. So we're just starting to sell to clients like that are looking to relocate to this area. We can't say enough positives about the area. It's just you have to see for yourself and determine if it's an area that you'll like or not. So that's the beauty about Mexico. There's a lot of beautiful areas in Mexico to explore and discover. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to write us, send us a message, email, or leave a comment here on the video, and we'll definitely do our best to get back to you. So hope you enjoyed it. Have a wonderful day, and stay tuned for our next episode coming soon. Hasta luego from Mérida, Mexico.